Hey there, good morning, my friends. My name is Rabbit, and welcome to episode number 13 of our playthrough of Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth. In our previous episode, we ended up doing what I'm guessing might have been an optional / side mission at Wooden Valley. It took a little bit too long just because everyone was kind of sprawled out, but we ended up picking up some random loot that was scattered along the field. So we got 2 little mystery items, which I'm assuming one probably was the leather armor that we had picked up, and then another one might have been the pointy hat. I don't know. We got a couple things at the end of that battle just because I did string together an attack session on a mage. Unfortunately, all the effort that went into stringing together that attack session really didn't grant us a reward that was worth it. I was wanting to get the blind coin that he had, whatever it's called, I can't even remember, but we didn't get any coins, so I guess it is what it is. That's kind of how RNG falls sometimes, so we're not gonna sweat it or stress out about it too much. But one of the things that we did get that I guess is worth us celebrating a little bit is we did get some leather armor, so that is an upgrade that I'm just going to go ahead and throw onto Krista here. You can see the stat changes compared to what she was wearing before, which was the cloth armor. So giving you just a second to check that out, and then we're just going to throw that on her. And then that's really it. I mean, we got the pointy hats and then some other random stuff, so nothing really to write home about. So we quickly did that. We've got 3 healing fruits. I was thinking maybe of going back and getting some more, but honestly, I feel like we're in a pretty good place, so let's just keep on going. I don't think we can do anything else here. No, we cannot. So, to the Tower of Wind for round number 2, I'm assuming. We'll see. We'll see. Welcome back. Faz, right? I had a feeling that I would see you again. Silphatos, what's going on in Nightweld right now? Limeray said you were hiding something. Is that related to this war? Please, you need to calm down. Actually, I feel like Faz presented his thoughts pretty calmly. I hate it when people tell me to calm down when I'm not being calm, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know, I feel like some people, just as a side note, are so averse to anything that challenges the way that they think or challenges their beliefs or actions that they're doing, that if you point it out, even if you do it in a very nice, polite way, they kind of start to panic themselves, and so then they try to put that on you and project those emotions on you, and they tell you to calm down or you to take it easy, and it's like, bro, I am taking it easy. I said this as calmly and politely as humanly possible. You are the one who needs to fucking chill. So anyway, Silphatos, watch yourself. I was right. Do you know of an ancient kingdom called Ixia? Who on this continent wouldn't? Ixia was a kingdom where people and the elemental spirits lived in harmony. Their civilization was far more advanced than ours. And what does that have to do with me? That's not what I want to hear. It's also not what he asked, so not sure where this convo is going, but let us continue. I had heard several stories regarding Ixia, but their validities were unknown. To find out the truth, I studied the Ixian legends on my own by going through the old documents in this tower. Well, according to my research, you have a striking physical resemblance to an Ixian. Huh? I don't get you. What are you trying to tell me? And how would you even know that from looking at him? He looks like every other hot blonde in this game, which I'm not complaining, but how you can take from his appearance that he looks like a specific group of people, I don't know. Either way, Silphatos continues by saying Ixia actually existed. Do you know what coin-fime is? The stuff that Valame started using about 15 years ago, right? What about it? Coin-fime is the method of releasing the power of the elemental spirits bound within a special type of metal called manatite. Most of the existing manatite hold the spirit's power in the course of nature, but there are some that do not. And the ability to artificially bind the power of the spirits to manatite and release the power at will, that is the lost Ixian technology. I don't know how Valame got a hold of this technology, but coin-fime is the proof that Ixia existed. Okay, so Ixia existed. How's that related to this war then? Please let me finish what I have to say. It is true that the existence of Ixia is not directly related to this war, but there is one major problem with the use of coin finds, and that involves the power of the elemental spirits bound within the manatite. This power is none other than the power of this continent itself, which means if this war continues and people keep using coin finds, there will be a shortage in the power used to sustain this continent, and eventually, the continent of Mardius may cease to exist. Now, if Valame knew about this, they wouldn't have put coin finds to military use. Their campaign to conquer the continent will be meaningless if they destroy the continent first. I have a feeling that someone else is behind the war. Cease to exist? Come on. What you're saying is too unrealistic. Besides, there's no way we can defeat Valame if we don't use coin finds. Of course, that's just my theory. But at the same time, I found a record which stated that King Sarnus put the coin finds out of existence to prevent the destruction of Mardius. It is clear that there was some kind of flaw in the lost technology. By the way, why do you have to defeat Valame? If Nightweld and Gerald surrender to them, this war will end promptly and this continent will be saved from destruction. Shut up! You haven't seen the burnt remains of the soul. I won't forgive them for what they did to Limeray and Tin. But those are just your personal feelings. My top priority is to prevent the destruction of this continent. Okay, so Silphatos went from 0 to 100 with that one, basically telling Faz, like, actually, what you're saying is that you're just wanting to keep this war going for revenge. I mean, I get where Faz is coming from, though, so I'm not going to judge. You can say that because you don't have anybody that's precious to you. My goodness, ladies, let's calm down. A countless number of people will suffer from the destruction of Mardius. You may be right, but I just can't think of things like the destruction of Mardius and the true meaning behind this war at this moment. I couldn't save either of them. So, you cannot forgive Valame, no matter what. Well, if you defeat Valame, this war will end, but to end this war, coin finds are indispensable. Faz, do you think it is possible to defeat Valame before the destruction of Mardius? Can you do it? Oh yeah, we're gonna be completely confident and say, I'll do it. I understand that the use of coin finds will bring about the fall of this continent, but we can't possibly defeat Valame without coin finds. We must fight fire with fire. I will end this war before Mardius is destroyed. Fight fire with fire. Please take a look at this, Faz. This is called Marselva. It has been guarded by the Priest of Wind for generations, but since it is an item that is mentioned only in legends, I don't know if it is the real thing. According to the legends, it can store far greater power than ordinary coins. I cannot tell if this Marselva is filled with the spirit's power or not, and even if it is real, I have no idea how to bind the spirit's power to it or release its stored power. But can't you help but wonder if it was real and its power was used in a war? Whatever Valame's goal may be, I think they are singling out the Ixian ruins as their primary targets to find the Marselva. Marselva, a relic that can hold far greater power than a coin. In the Age of Legends, this Marselva was said to be filled with the power of the elemental spirits of wind. But a man tried to use it for his own evil purpose. His name was Villa. Villa was vanquished by King Sarnus and the 6 individuals known as Hoshigami. But Kashis, one of the Hoshigami, feared that one day the power within the Marselva would be released. To prevent that from happening, she absorbed all the power that was in this Marselva and became the great elemental spirit of wind. Kashis's descendants have since followed her will and protected the empty Marselva. This is the legend that has been told for generations in the Tower of Wind. Now, if this legend is true, that would make me a descendant of Kashis. Actually, if I recall correctly, I believe Silphatos is a worshipper of Kashis as well, so that makes sense. And also, there's someone capable of wielding the Marselva. Actually, you don't have time for this right now. As we speak, Alvine, a knight of Valame, is laying siege to Aus. Alvine? Do you know him? But anyway, let us go and rescue the people in Aus. I'm not sure if I can be of any help, but please allow me to assist you. I believe I can verify the legend by learning Valame's intent, too. Of course, I personally adore Silphatos, so I'm going to say I gladly accept your offer. We will definitely benefit from your knowledge and expertise in coin find. Hells to the yeah! So we got another recruit, and somewhat like what we have. We'll come and check him out. But anyway, like I was starting to say, somewhat in what we have with Romleth, Silphatos is going to be a bit more powerful, just naturally compared to the recruits that you end up picking up. Unfortunately, he's level 5, so we've got a ways to go in getting him up to speed. And the coins that he has, they're also a bit bullshit, so I'm going to need to spend some time off camera tinkering with him and figuring his shit out. But, you know, it might be AoE 1, AoE 1. Oh, yeah, no. Silphatos is not looking really good right now, which I might, I guess, just give him... I don't know. I honestly, maybe I'll switch him with Happy and give him her coins and her stuff. I don't know. It's up in the air. You can honestly do whatever you want. If you don't even want to use Silphatos, you technically don't have to. But, I don't really, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about where Silphatos is at. Level 5 is low, you guys. Keep in mind, we're levels 11 and 12. So he's from a different time right now. But what we can do is at least go to the temple. Let's see if he has anything that he can learn, and we'll try to get him squared away, at least in whatever way we can. And yeah, looks like he's already learned everything, so it's really just a matter of equipping everything on him. And my memory was correct in that he is a worshiper of Kashis, which makes sense given everything he said and the fact that he's likely a descendant anyway. So yeah, there is that. So let's just go ahead, I guess, and quickly do his skills. So he's got devotion plus 10%, which I guess is okay. Cautious' aid. Guys, I really don't know. We could do jump plus 1, climbing ability increases by 1, or physical attack evasion rate plus 10%. I actually think I'm going to opt for the evasion for right now, and I'll leave Cautious' aid. I've leaned historically towards removing, well, I guess with the exception of Happy, I guess. Maybe I'm a lion sack of shit. I was gonna say I've leaned historically towards removing the god's aid because I like some of the other stats more, but looks like that's not the case, and I have a few people that are rocking that still, so, you know, whatever. Do with it what you will. So what I think we will do, we'll keep this episode on the shorter side since our previous one was so ridiculously long. I do want to get Silphatos squared away before we head to Aus. As you can see, we do have the opportunity to come to the Satan Hills again and fight, and 2 Tower of Trial are available. So I don't know. I guess I have some work that I need to do, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is going to take so long. You won't have to worry about seeing me do any of that stuff. What I'll probably do is just try my best to get Silphatos a couple of levels up before we go to Satan Hills, which will happen in our next episode. What I will have you guys do with me is come to the coin shop, if you want to call it that, the coin store. And I don't even really have seals right now. Yeah, I have 1 Ema crest that we picked up in our last episode following our fight at Widden Valley. So I don't even have anything to really spruce up Silphatos' coins right now, which, you know, I guess it is what it is. The cure that he has, that's on Irma. Where is Silphatos' cure? Because I think that's Juliet. Okay, so Silphatos actually has a decent cure. It's just, yeah, it's just that it needs some AoE, and I think it would honestly benefit Yeah, it could benefit from a few things. Anyhow, like I said, you guys don't really need to worry about any of this stuff. I'll do all of the blending, engraving, merging, whatever you want to call it myself. I'll probably buy a couple of things, namely like healing items, possibly. I don't know. So I will spend some time going through the Tower of Trial. I'm trying to like process what order I want to do this in and how much time I want to spend off camera, because I do want us to advance the story. But kind of like I said at the start of this LP, this game does require a bit of grinding if you want everyone to be up to speed. Technically, we might be fine going forward into Satan Hills with a level 5 Silphatos, but I don't want him to die, because also, as I've emphasized, if you lose a character, it is game over and they are out. Later on in the game, there is a way for you to gain access to a coin that can revive, but I personally feel like your access to that comes so late that it doesn't really serve as much value as it could. I don't know. It just seems like they really gimped you in a sense, because you can lose a party member if you're not incredibly cautious. So maybe I'm being excessively cautious, but I think I'm going to try to get Silphatos at least to level 7. So if I can get him 2 levels, spruce up his coins a little bit in our next episode, which hopefully shouldn't take me more than an hour of downtime. But in episode 14, we should be ready to go through Satan Hills, and then hopefully immediately following that, we should be prepped to go into Aus by episode 15. So we'll just kind of see how all of my off-camera time works. As always, I'll spend a couple of minutes just showing you changes in our upcoming episode, but hopefully there will not be too many outside of what I'm kind of predicting is going to be the case anyway. So thank you very much for watching, my friends. I am your host, Rabbit, and this is our playthrough of Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth. I'll see you very soon in episode number 14.